All right, let's just get right into it. For pretty much our entire lives, we've been told that being lazy is like the worst thing you can be if you want to be successful. But what if I told you that right now, in the age of AI, that is completely and totally wrong? What if being lazy is actually the smartest way to make money?
You know, this isn't just some random idea. This comes from entrepreneur Iman Gadzhi, and when you think about it, it's incredibly powerful. The whole idea is that the most successful people, they aren't the ones grinding away the hardest. Nope. They're the ones who find the smartest, most efficient path to get where they want to go. They are always on the hunt for an edge that gets them the biggest results for the least amount of effort.
So, for our purposes here, let's just agree on a new definition. When we say lazy, we're not talking about sitting on the couch doing nothing. We mean being strategically efficient. It's about using the insane tools we have now, like AI, to give yourself a massive, almost unfair advantage. It's about getting more done by actually doing less of the work yourself.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll talk about why the old ways of making money online just don't work for most people. Then we'll lay out the rules for what a truly lazy and smart business model looks like. After that, I'll show you the absolute best way to do this using AI, give you the exact playbook, and finally, show you why this is a bigger opportunity than you probably realize.
Okay, let's dig into the real problem here. Why do so many people who try to start an online business fail? I'll tell you right now, it's probably not because they aren't smart enough or because they don't work hard. It's because they've been sold on business models that are basically designed for them to fail from the start.
I mean, does this sound familiar at all? You see some guru on social media showing off these crazy sales numbers from dropshipping or Amazon FBA. You get excited, you jump in, you pour your time and your hard-earned money into it, and you get crickets. Nothing. You end up just feeling like you must have done something wrong.
But listen, and this is really important, it was not your fault. You were stuck in what we can call the model mismatch. You were trying to play the game on expert mode when you were just starting out on level 1. The model itself was mismatched to where you were.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Look at these popular businesses. To do dropshipping right, you need a ton of money for ads. Amazon FBA? You've got to buy thousands of dollars of inventory up front. And don't even get me started on building software. We're talking huge capital and a team of experts. These are not beginner-friendly. They're high-risk games with massive barriers to entry.
So, okay, if those are the wrong models, what's the right one? Well, to figure that out, we need a totally new way of looking at things, a new framework. We need a set of rules to judge any business idea to see if it's truly lazy, which, remember, means smart, efficient, and actually built for a beginner to win.
And it really all boils down to these three things. Any perfect lazy business model has to check all three of these boxes. It's got to have high scalability, super low risk, and of course, a really high potential reward. So let's quickly break down what each of these actually means.
First up, scalability. Think about it like this. Imagine you own a bakery. To sell more bread, you need a bigger oven, more staff, more flour, more work. But what if instead you had a magic recipe? One you could just copy and sell to 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 people without any extra effort. That's a scalable business. You want the magic recipe.
Second, low risk. This one is so simple, but it's absolutely crucial. Can you start this business without having to bet your entire life savings on it? A true lazy model lets you try things, fail, and try again without going bankrupt. You need to be in a game where you can afford to take a few swings.
And finally, high reward. Because let's be real, the effort has to be worth it, right? We're not looking for a business that, if everything goes perfectly, makes you an extra $50 a month. No, you want something that has genuine, life-changing potential if you get it right. The upside has to be huge.
Okay, so now we have our checklist, right? High scalability, low risk, and high reward. So, now for the big question. What business model actually fits all three of these criteria perfectly, especially now, in the age of AI?
Let's just run through it. What's something you can sell an infinite number of times with no extra work? What costs next to nothing to actually create? And what has an almost unlimited earning potential? It's not dropshipping, it's not Amazon FBA, and it's definitely not building a software company. The answer is what we can call digital products 2.0. We're talking about things like ebooks, guides, planners, templates, stuff like that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Digital products aren't new, and you're right, but AI has completely, and I mean completely, changed the game. What used to take an expert months of work and cost thousands of dollars can now be done in minutes for practically free.
This is honestly the perfect way to think about it. Imagine you're playing a game with a big spinning wheel. Most of the spaces are red for fail, but a few are green for success. Every time you create and launch a digital product, you get to spin the wheel. If you land on red, meaning it doesn't sell, what did it cost you? Almost nothing. A little bit of time. So you just spin again and again. The only possible way to lose this game is to stop spinning the wheel.
So now that you know what we're doing, let's get to the how. How do you actually go about creating and selling these AI-powered digital products? Well, it all comes down to a really simple 3-step playbook.
Step 1 is identify. You find a profitable idea using something called the third layer theory. This just means you get really specific. Don't just target fitness, that's layer 1. Don't even just target fitness for new moms, that's layer 2. Go to layer 3, 30-day meal plans for new moms who want to lose baby weight without hurting their milk supply. See how specific that is? Step 2 is synthesize. You use AI to instantly become an expert and gather all the info on that topic. And step 3 is productize. You turn all that info into a simple ebook or guide that you create one time and can sell forever.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way, you had to be the world's leading expert. It took you months to do the research, production was expensive. Now, AI is the expert. Research takes minutes, production costs basically nothing. And get this, you don't even have to show your face. You can be totally anonymous because the value is in the information, not in who you are.
But what about finding customers? That's the hard part, right? Well, not anymore. The strategy is called influencer arbitrage. It's simple. You find smaller influencers online who have built an amazing, dedicated audience in your specific niche, but they haven't created a product for them. You just come in and offer them your finished product to promote, and you split the profits. They get to make money from their audience with zero extra work, and you get instant access to a group of people ready to buy. It's a total win-win.
So let's just pull back for a second and look at the big picture here. This isn't just a small change or a new tactic. The entire world of starting an online business has been turned upside down. The opportunity sitting in front of us right now is, well, it's absolutely massive.
And at the end of the day, it really all comes down to this one number, 1. In this new game of Digital Products 2.0, you only need to be right once. You can launch 20 products that fail, but that one time you land on green, that one winner can completely change your entire life.
So here's the bottom line. All of those things that used to stop people, needing a ton of money, needing to be a world-class expert, needing to build a huge personal brand, all of those barriers have been completely bulldozed by AI. This game isn't just for the rich or the well-connected anymore. It's open for anyone. Look, the playbook is laid out. The tools are here, and they're more accessible and powerful than ever. The window of opportunity is wide open right now, but it's not going to stay open forever. So, the only real question left is, are you ready to stop watching from the sidelines and actually get in the game?